It started as a normal day in our relationship, but a single text on her phone ignited a storm of doubt. Her secretive behavior and evasive answers quickly turned a simple walk into a battle for the truth. As I pieced together the clues, I found myself questioning everything I thought I knew about her. Was I seeing a glimpse of betrayal, or was I misreading the signs? The truth was slipping through my fingers, and I was caught in a web of uncertainty. It all began on what seemed like a perfectly ordinary day in my relationship with my girlfriend. We had been together since late June, and up until that point, everything appeared to be falling into place. We shared a lot of common interests, from our love of hiking and indie music to our mutual appreciation for late-night movie marathons. Our relationship felt comfortable, and I was beginning to envision a future with her. Our days were filled with laughter and shared experiences, and I believed we were on a solid path towards something meaningful. But recently, events unfolded in a way that has shaken my faith and left me questioning everything I thought I knew about us. The turning point came on a seemingly routine afternoon. We decided to take a stroll through the park, enjoying the pleasant summer weather and engaging in our usual lighthearted conversation. The sun was shining, the birds were singing, and everything seemed perfect. As we walked hand in hand, I happened to glance at her phone, which she was holding in her other hand. What caught my eye was that she was texting someone whose number wasn't saved in her contacts. She was engrossed in the conversation, her attention fully on the screen. While our conversation faltered, at first I tried to ignore it, telling myself it was probably just a friend or an innocuous message, but when she suddenly became aware of my gaze, her demeanor shifted dramatically. Her face flushed with a deep shade of red, and she quickly turned off her phone, hiding it from view. The abruptness of her reaction and the awkwardness that followed made my stomach churn. I decided not to confront her immediately, choosing instead to let it slide, hoping it was just a minor issue. Yet, a gnawing feeling in my gut told me something wasn't right. The next day, I decided to surprise her with a spontaneous visit. I had always been known for my playful nature and love for surprising those close to me. I thought it would be a nice gesture to show up unannounced at her house. Her parents were in on the surprise, but they kept it a secret from her. When I arrived at her front door, I felt a mix of excitement and anticipation. I imagined her face lighting up with joy at the unexpected visit. When I entered her room, her initial reaction was one of genuine surprise and delight. Her eyes sparkled, and she greeted me with a warm hug. For a fleeting moment, everything felt right. However, that sense of euphoria was short-lived. Almost immediately after my arrival, she picked up her phone and began texting the same mysterious number. I watched her as she became absorbed in her conversation, her attention seemingly drifting away from me. I moved in to kiss her, hoping to reconnect and share the joy of the surprise. But as I did, I noticed her hands flying across the screen of her phone, desperately trying to finish her message and turn off her phone. The rapid and frantic nature of her actions, combined with her averted gaze, struck me as deeply unsettling. Feeling uneasy, I decided to step outside the room to collect my thoughts. I needed a moment to process what I had just witnessed. When I returned, I decided it was time to confront her. I wanted answers, so I asked her directly about the mysterious texts. Her response was vague and unconvincing. She said, "I can't say because it's embarrassing." Her reluctance to provide a clear explanation only intensified my anxiety. I felt as though she was hiding something from me, and I was determined to uncover the truth. In an effort to get more information, I named several potential contacts, including a man I had met only once, her father's friend. She had previously described him as creepy and mentioned that he had made unwanted advances toward her. Her reaction to this name was immediate and intense. She looked genuinely shocked and confused. Initially, she denied knowing him, but after some hesitation, she admitted it was indeed him. She insisted their conversations were innocent and centered around political discussions, specifically about Biden and Kamala Harris. She even offered to show me their messages to prove her point. Despite her assurances, I declined. I felt uncomfortable and skeptical, unable to shake the feeling that something was fundamentally wrong. Days went by, and my unease only grew stronger. I continued to catch glimpses of her texting this man. One morning, while we were at her house, the situation took another troubling turn. We were enjoying each other's company, joking around and laughing when her phone slipped from her hand. As I picked it up, I saw messages from him sent at an early hour, messages that seemed inappropriate given the context of our relationship. Her reaction to this discovery was one of shock and embarrassment. Her face flushed, and she scrambled to retrieve her phone, her movements frantic and defensive. I couldn't help but feel that this was not just a minor issue, but something more serious. Feeling disheartened, I told her I needed to leave. Her distress was palpable, and she kept asking what was wrong. I explained that her ongoing communication with this man, given his past behavior, was deeply troubling. It felt as though I was competing with a 38-year-old man for her attention, and it was emotionally draining. Instead of addressing my concerns, she accused me of being unreasonable and a bad guy for feeling this way and confronting her about it. Her accusations stung, but what troubled me more was her expressed fear that if her parents found out, they would be extremely strict and take everything from her. This reaction made me question whether her concern was genuinely about our relationship or just about avoiding trouble with her parents. Later that day, as I was still reeling from our argument, I received a notification on TikTok. She had reposted a video titled, "Me Telling My BFF About My New Illegal Age Gap." The title was cryptic and alarming, adding yet another layer of confusion and betrayal to the already complex situation. I texted her with a simple, "All right, dude." Her response was one of bewilderment, and she quickly removed the repost. Her swift reaction only deepened my doubts and feelings of betrayal. Now, I find myself at a crossroads, torn between wanting to believe the best in her and grappling with mounting evidence that suggests there may be more going on than she is willing to admit. I'm contemplating whether to talk to her father, with whom I have a good relationship, to see if he can provide any clarity. But I'm conflicted by the fear that I might be overreacting and the worry that I might be missing something significant. My emotions are in turmoil, and I'm struggling to determine if my concerns are justified or if I'm letting my suspicions cloud my judgment. The possibility that my girlfriend may be cheating on me with her father's coworker is a reality I'm forced to confront. Despite her denials and explanations, the situation seems increasingly suspicious. I'm debating whether to inform her dad to uncover the truth, but I'm uncertain if doing so would help or merely complicate things further. The uncertainty is overwhelming, and I'm left grappling with the possibility that the person I thought I knew so well might not be who I believed her to be. As I navigate through this emotional storm, I'm left questioning the very foundation of our relationship and whether the truth will ever fully reveal itself. If you've been intrigued by this whirlwind of doubt and betrayal, make sure to subscribe to Deception Stories. Hit that bell icon to stay updated on our latest videos, where we dive deep into the twists and turns of deception. Join us as we unravel the truth behind the lies and uncover the stories that keep you on the edge of your seat. Don't miss out. Subscribe now and be part of the journey to reveal what's really behind the mask.